Well, tonight, as I hope you can sense, we are in party mood. And joining me in the big top for Carnival capers are Phill Jupitus, Clive Anderson, Joe Brand, and Alan Davis. Well, my little comic troupe, let's hear your amusing, crazy, clowny noises. And Clive goes... Excellent. Joe goes... And Alan... Each of the panel also has, I believe, a swazzle, a small device used by professors of Punch and Judy. And what do they say with it? Oh, very good.
Which way does it go?
Now, you've also each got a joker, and you will find it has a squirrel on it. So when you think the right answer to any question this evening is squirrel or anything to do with squirrels, you press your buzzer, you play the card, and you shout squirrels, all right?
Without swazzles, Stephen? Without swazzles?
Without swazzles. No, don't shout squirrel with a swazzle. You'll swallow it.
It's impossible.
No, if you want to do that, it will take time. You don't want this... If you don't take your swazzles out very soon, I will kill you. Thank you. Yes. Well, at least you haven't swallowed it. You have to swallow one at least twice in order to be called the Professor of Punch and Judy.
Is that your qualification?
Apparently.
Do they have to be there when you defecate? Yes, there it is. Congratulations, Professor. Does it go? Are you...
Are you clear about the squirrels?
Yes.
If you think the answer to the question is squirrel, you hold up your joker
Squirrels!
and you shout squirrels. And if you're right, you will get a bonus of 50 points. On the other hand, if you are wrong, you will get a forfeit of 10 points.
Stephen Fry said Simply Red is not available in the shops.
Anyway, in the words of Jack Handy, to me, clowns aren't funny. In fact, they're kind of scary, he said. I've wondered where this started, and I think it goes back to the time I went to the circus and a clown killed my father. The fear of clowns is called coulrophobia, and the fear of squirrels, incidentally, is called scurophobia. What are you frightened of?
Squirrels.
Oh. It was a joke. It was a reasonably expensive one. Joe.
Yes, what am I frightened of? Psychopaths with axes coming into my bedroom at night and killing me.
You're weird.
Fear itself. And spiders.
Which is called?
Arachnophobia.
Yes. A phobia is very different from a fear, in a sense. It is a very specific thing. It has to be irrational. There is no one of those words ending in phobia, a Greek word, like for lions or sharks, because that's a rational fear. And your fear of psychopaths wouldn't be a phobia, because again, it's perfectly rational. But to be afraid of moths, for example, is a phobia, because they cannot possibly threaten you.
Have you seen my jumpers?
What about fear of flying, which is partly rational, partly irrational, isn't it?
Fear of crashing? Now, that makes sense, but flying's a good idea.
When I was a psychiatric nurse, we did treat someone who had sperm phobia, right? And the way that they treated it was making them get in a bath full of sperm. And the way they got the sperm was to get loads of medical students masturbating furiously over a long weekend. God, how we laughed.
Is this absolutely true?
That is absolutely true.
Sure?
Yeah, yes, I've seen it on the internet.
Thank you. Yes, we had the picture in our head and then we wanted it to stay there.
And did it work?
It worked very well for me, thank you.
So I have to get in a bath full of spiders.
You can do it two ways. You can do graded desensitisation, where you're gradually exposed to spiders, or you can do something called flooding, where you just get chucked in with
This
them.
is cognitive therapy, isn't it?
Well, it's more sort of behavioural therapy, really, because it's cheap.
Yeah.
I think I'll settle with just screaming like a girl and running around the house, if that's all right.
The fear of birds, of course, is called ornithophobia, and anyone who has it should look away now. Does anyone here have a cuckoo in their pants?
Can I apologise in advance for this? No, but I had a big cock in my pants last night.
No, is the answer.
Does that mean that we have got cuckoos in our pants?
We all have a cuckoo in our pants now, with any luck, unless we're not wearing
Really?
pants. But the Greek for cuckoo is...
Bumhole.
Cook. It's a kind of fierce, relentless logic behind what you say.
I just hope that the Greek ambassador isn't watching. Enjoying an ouzo, sitting back for a bit of Stephen and the chaps. Bumhole.
No, the Greek for cuckoo is cuckoos. Cuckoos.
Coccyx, our coccyx.
Coccyx is exactly the right answer.
Points to me.
Very well. have a point or two. And it was Galen, the Roman physician, father of medicine, many call him, who observed that the coccyx is much the shape of a cuckoo's beak. Is there a famous cartoon cuckoo?
No. You're thinking of Woody Woodpecker.
No, I'm not. Because remember, the cuckoo family is officially a cuckoo.
Roadrunner.
Meep, meep. Exactly.
Roadrunner.
Roadrunner is a cuckoo.
He's a cuckoo, is he?
Yeah, yeah. Coccydynia. Would that suggest anything to you?
Eating
You eat them?
your coccyx.
No, coccydynia. It's a pain in the arse, literally. It's when you get a slightly wobbly coccyx and you sit down and it's very, very painful.
Wobbly?
Well, it kind of, yeah, it's like... Because they are segmented. People think they're fused, but they're actually in 3 or 4 bits.
You can get a fused
You can get it fused, yes.
You can get people together and kind of, like with dogs, breed up people so they actually get tails again.
It would be an ambitious project.
Because I think it would be great if we had tails again. But how could we reverse evolution, Stephen? You should know.
Evolution is all about mutations in the gene pool, so you actually need to have someone with a tail to start it off.
Might I suggest the ring-tailed lemur? Lovely tail. Whoa, that long stripe. Imagine a 6-foot stripy tail, just hello.
Yeah.
Answer me this, though. What goes around in a Greek frock?
Demis Roussos.
I'm afraid we were there before you, I'm afraid.
Oh, dear.
Well, I bet it's not a dress.
It's not really. It's a dress.
Greek word for frock.
You have to know the Greek word for frock. you know.
well, there you are.
Is it?
Squirrels, are you going to say?
Yeah.
The answer is actually an animal, or could be an animal.
Ah, see.
It could also be something that isn't either animal or vegetable, but is alive.
Some sort of virus or...
No, not in the animal kingdom, not in the plant kingdom. Fungi.
Fungi,
Yes,
it'll be some mushroom with a sort of Greek skirt on it. It looks a bit like those...
No, it's actually, the Greek for skirt is chitin, and all kinds of animals are covered in chitin. Mushrooms, cockroaches, squid, fungi, ladybirds, ants, crabs, spiders, lobsters. It's like a kind of polymer that covers things. The Greek army do wear kilts.
Oh,
Greek army
dear,
skirts.
they look terrible. They're like girls allowed.
This is not... Their kilts have 400 pleats in. I'll give 5 points if you can tell me why. Why 400? There's a very specific reason.
Are there 400 Greek islands?
No, that's intelligent, at least. I don't mean to sound...
400 Greek gods.
Not 400 Greek gods, no, it's 400 years of Greek subjugation by the Turks.
So the first year of Turkish occupation, plain A-line.
Exactly.
The Highland regiments in the First World War had a lot of trouble because they got, I forgot what they call, what are those insects that
Lice.
bite you? Lice in
their pleats.
In the pleats of the kilts, so they had to be always sort of running when they could be bothered, trying
Very
to
good.
chase them down.
At 5 points away for thinking a louse is an insect, it's an arachnid. But,
You're quite right, but I have arachnid phobia, so...
hey, there you are, 5 points back again for being amusing. Now, stop me when you think you know what I'm talking about. Right. They can't swim or even float in water, but they grow to the size of a small dog, can shin up trees, have claws powerful enough to open tin cans, and can carry a load greater than the maximum luggage allowance on an international flight.
Land crab?
It's a type of crab. It's a coconut crab. I've got to give you some points for getting crab. It is indeed a crab.
The only reason I know that is I had a friend who was in the army, who was stationed somewhere, and they had these things, and they would just put kit bags on them, and they would get up and
They really do.
move
They carry
tons.
enormous weight. And the extraordinary thing about coconut crabs is they're distributed all over the Pacific, but they cannot swim. They go to the beach to drink. They need salt water in their system, but they cannot swim. They drown very quickly. So what they do is they float on coconuts. Coconuts can go up to 3,000 miles. They float, and they cling onto the coconut. What's coconut milk?
Tasty!
Where's it come from? What is it?
Coconut cows!
I'd have thought it would have come from a coconut.
It is, yeah. It's the flesh,
The mushed-up flesh.
It's the mushed-up flesh.
Ah.
Yeah, exactly. And the stuff in the liquidy that, is coconut water.
I went to Rio once, and the guy just had the whole, you know, the big, you know, with the green husk still on, and he just basically got a machete, went wallop, wallop, tipped some rum in it and a straw. It's one of the loveliest things I've ever drunk in my life.
Fantastic.
And then there was a lady over there with great big breasts and a penis. It was quite a... And I thought it was a drink.
So, the answer was coconut crabs. They sound like something you get off radiators, or indeed a particularly unpleasant sort of children's dish. But if I were throwing a tree party, how would you go about serving a cheese log?
It's a slow method, this, but you make an Arctic roll, which I think is out of sort of milky, ice creamy stuff,
Yeah.
and then just leave it for a long while, and it turns into cheese, and it's a cheese log. And
It
people say,
would-
"Oh, it's disgusting," but...
It would
cheese-
satisfy the conditions of making a cheese log, it's true. It's an animal we're after. Any thoughts?
We're so tempted. It's a-
Cheese log's an animal, is it? How would you go about serving it? Well, how about like this?
There is a recipe for these animals. Yeah.
Oh, it's squirrel. It's got to be squirrel.
Thank you for getting that out.
I wanted to put that, but there is a recipe for squirrel these days.
Oh, you can
and
squirrel
it is
and do that.
fantastically good news for those of us interested in the animal life of our country, is that it turns out that the interloping grey squirrels you can eat, and we can tuck into them. But red squirrels, which we're trying to sort of look after, you can't eat them because they taste nasty. So it's the one that...
the red ones taste of strawberries.
Do you know where the red ones are only left in England?
Isle of Wight, they
Yes.
have some red squirrels there, and then there are a few left in Scotland and a few little...
You're on a British Conservancy...
Woodland Trust.
Woodland
I'm
Trust.
the president
You're
of the
the
Woodland Trust.
president.
Woodland...
Ladies and gentlemen,
Woodland-
the president of the Woodland Trust.
Woodland...
How do you become the president?
Did the squirrels
vote
for
you?
Ladies and gentlemen, president of the Woodland Trust. Yes, I would love to eat grey squirrels. Perhaps
It helps the trees.
on the website there could be a photo of you with a tail hanging out.
Our animal is grey as well. The animal that we wanted to eat is a lot smaller than a grey squirrel, however.
Or a dormouse.
And it lives in a tree, or often under tree bark.
A woodlouse.
A woodlouse is the right answer. Way! Well done. And you asked how you would serve it, and the answer is, in the marvellous book which I can recommend by Mr. Vincent M. Holt, Why Not Eat Insects, it's called, he considers woodlouse superior to shrimp. And if you look at them, you will see they are not unlike shrimps. In fact, they're more closely related to shrimps than they are to millipedes or centipedes, for example. Shrimps are just insects of the sea, after all, and we eat them with great... literally with relish, in fact.
I've eaten several insects, not woodlouse, but wasps and locusts and things.
That's how you got the Woodland Trust gig.
Yeah.
I've had locust in chocolate.
What's it like?
Yeah.
Locust in chocolate. It was quite nice.
They're like
Crunchy.
prawn things, really, aren't they?
They are like prawns, exactly that. Anyway, he recommends quantity of the finest woodlouse. They swarm under the bark of a very rotten tree, easy to find. Drop them into boiling water. It will kill them instantly, but not turn them red. At the same time, put into a saucepan a quarter of a pound of fresh butter, a teaspoonful of flour, a small glass of water, a little milk, some pepper and salt. Place it on the stove. As soon as the sauce is thick, take it off, put in the woodlice. This is an excellent sauce for fish. So that's how you would serve it, Jeff.
Yeah. There was definitely a sort of fudge with wasps in it. I remember that one.
Wasp fudge?
Wasp fudge.
Leave it out for an hour. All fudge has wasps.
Exactly. Worms, sort of worms as well, just straying slightly off of insects, I know, but it was to do with all this stuff wandering around with all the protein in it, and we arbitrarily say, well, I don't want to eat that, and I will eat that. Like picky school children, really.
Well, Is there any other names for woodlouse? Chiggy pigs. Rather nice, isn't it? Chiggy pig.
Again, they're trying to sell it as a foodstuff.
I think they are.
Pigs, yes.
Coffin cutters, which is less likely. Monkey peas.
Monkey peas?
Yeah. Bibble bugs. And in Holland, they're called pisserbed. Because they expel their waste as ammonia vapour rather than liquid urine through the porous shell. Yeah.
Tuck in, Steve.
Yeah. Anyway, now, what was the Emperor Charlemagne's party trick with a tablecloth?
Apparently wearing it.
He comes from a long while ago. He's sort of 8th century, 9th century, isn't he? Now, I don't believe they even had knives and forks in those days, let alone tablecloths.
He did have a tablecloth. His tablecloth was made of something unusual.
Some plant thing.
No, it was a mineral. A mineral that could be made fibrous.
And so it's asbestos.
Asbestos is the right answer. And his party trick was to take his tablecloth in front of guests, other emperors and kings, and throw it onto the fire. And then they would be amazed. There's a fire, in case you didn't know what one looked like.
Easy, Clive, it's not a real forest.
Yes, it is.
The grey squirrels going up.
That is extraordinary. This is the most interesting thing.
It
they had
is
asbestos
interesting.
all those years ago.
They had asbestos. The Greeks named it inextinguishable, is what it means. And the ancients wove handkerchiefs out of it. It can't have done them any good.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yes.
I remember being given asbestos to play with at the Commonwealth Institute on a trip there, and they must have been mining it or finding it in an African country, and we were given it to hold and to play with.
Asbestos, the wonder material.
Yes, exactly. The next time you see asbestos being handled, it's a bloke in 9 different kinds of suit handling it with 12-foot-long rods.
Do you know the name of the town where the biggest asbestos mine is in the world? Asbestos. The town is called Asbestos. Imagine being the mayor of Asbestos. It's bizarre, isn't it? Which brings us inevitably to general ignorance. Now, who goes gathering nuts in May?
3, 2, 1.
Squirrels, are you going to say?
Oh, Joe, you put a drawing in.
No.
I was going to say we. Here we go gathering nuts in May.
No, we don't grow nuts in May. Nuts grow in the autumn.
They gather them at the end of the year.
Yes.
So it's knots.
It's knots, quite right. Knots of May. What does May mean?
Well, it'll be the blossom of a May,
Which is?
some sort of hawthorn.
It is hawthorn,
yes,
exactly.
I think you'll find the Woodland Trust has a good
Yes, well done.
extensive knowledge on...
Yes, 220,000 miles of hawthorn hedge were planted in the 17th and 18th
There
century.
are 2 types of hawthorn that are native to the British Isles, Midland hawthorn and common hawthorn.
And now a delightful 8 feet remain.
Why was so much planted at that time? Was that was enclosing fields?
Enclosure, exactly right.
Up until then, we could all wander anywhere, and then somebody came along and said, no, we own this now, us rich people own it, and we're going to fence it off.
Who made most money from that? Lawyers, I think, probably Clive, didn't they?
Well, whatever you can accuse you, you can't accuse me of making money from being an 18th century lawyer.
The hawthorn, there's more superstition adhering to hawthorn than any other plant around. And they're not supposed to take mayflowers into the house.
Ne'er cast a clout till May be out.
Yes.
And that may refer to the month of May or to the blossom coming out.
Well, it's generally thought it probably means the May blossom coming out. It smells of death, the mayflower.
In what sense?
It's chemical. Triethylene gives off. It's the same. It's called the Great
I
Plague
thought you
Smell.
meant the new perfume Joan Collins has just brought out.
Has she brought out a perfume called Death?
No.
Oh, sorry.
That is quite a good name for perfume,
It is, isn't
actually.
it?
Do you think the Woodland Trust would market it, Clive?
You have my blessing.
Now, we all know what to do with a custard pie, but Alan, what's a custard pile?
It's sort of yellow hemorrhoid.
Shot in the dark, buildings in a geologically unsafe, some sort of liquid foundation.
That's a wonderful thought. Absolutely nothing like the answer, but a very nice
Squirrel. Is it squirrel?
No, it's not squirrel. It is an animal, on the other hand.
A custard pile.
Recognised colour from a breeders' association of a particular... Not a cat.
A dog.
Not even a mammal.
A ferret.
Not a mammal.
A goldfish.
No,
Lizard.
not a
Lizard.
fish,
Lizard.
neither.
Lizard, some sort of lizard.
Not a
gecko.
lizard.
And we're running out of major animal groups.
It's a
here.
bird.
Canary.
Not a canary.
Parrot.
A fighting bird.
A cock.
It's a cock. It's a fighting cock, a game cock.
What have you got? I've got killer lungeons, and I've got custard pile.
You can have cocks in muff. You can have... You can have tassel, spangle, carp legs, milk and water legs. Do you know anything about cocking at all?
Well, I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but...
For 2,000 years was Britain's national sport, cockfighting. Every village would have at least one cockpit. Can you think of any phrases that come from cockfighting we use today?
Cockpit.
Cockpit is one. Yep. Well done. Show a clean pair of heels, well heeled. To pit someone against. You describe someone as game, as in being up for it. That's from cockfighting. Yeah. It says here, a good cocker would think nothing of cleaning his cock's wounded head by sticking it in his mouth and sucking it clean.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're watching QI for the straight guy.
Yeah. Now, what kind of animal caused the tragic death of the Greek playwright Aeschylus? Yes.
I get these ancient Greeks mixed up. There's Aeschylus and there's the Duke of Edinburgh, but there's one of them got killed by some sort of tortoise falling out of the sky.
Is the right answer.
Yeah. Oh, right.
How would a tortoise fall out of the sky?
Dropped by eagle.
Dropped by an eagle is the right
Well, a
answer.
shot.
Yeah.
Thrown by rival philosopher.
Poor fellow.
Yes.
There's a good story about Croesus, actually, who wanted to see which was the best oracle. So he decided to go around and give them all a test and say to them, what am I going to be doing a month from today? And what he was actually doing in a month was he was boiling a tortoise in a copper pot. And would you believe it, one of the oracles got it right. The oracle at Delphi. And then he trusted them and said, how am I going to get on in the war? And they said something like, a great nation will fall. And he thought, brilliant, we're going to stuff them. But unfortunately, it was his side.
That's a great story. Thank you very much, then. Now, what's quite interesting about Robin Hood's tights?
Did he lend them to Friar Tuck, and then when he put them back on, he looked like Nora Batty?
Well, for example, what sort of colour were they?
His tights weren't green, because I know the way this programme works, and if
Yes.
anyone were to say green, we'd get to think they were probably hempen-coloured or beige.
Well, they're almost certainly scarlet. Lincoln Grain, G-R-A-I-N-E. Lincoln was the dyeing centre of England.
Well, surely that was Will Scarlett's tights.
Well, they probably all were. They were rather obsessed with the colour of their clothes. And in the original Guest of Robin Hood...
This is the New Zealand version.
of 15th... which is our first source of Robin Hood, which is the 14th century. They go on and on about their clothes. And there's a current theory that, in fact, the Robin Hood ballads were written to tell to the newly formed livery guilds, whose uniform was a hood, to make a hero and to show how they, as merchant venturers, had overcome the difficulty of being Saxons and beaten the corrupt aristocracy of Norman. So, in fact, it's not the triumph of the peasant classes, it's the triumph of the middle classes, really. Because he goes on about hoods, mantles, kirtles, coats, breeches, shirts, and 6 different colours of cloth are mentioned.
So they were early hoodies, were they?
They were early hoodies.
They weren't allowed in shopping centres. They had to live in the,
Exactly.
in the woods only.
Yes.
Which in those days were much more extensive and the better place for it, I think.
But he was in red, so I don't know what the deal was with how difficult he was to find. Bright red hooded top in a forest. That's a very, very big robin over there.
And the people who wrote all the Robin Hood stuff, the TV programme the ATV made, Robin Hood, Riding Hood, they were all people booted out of Hollywood under the sort of anti-communist
They
stuff.
were, weren't they? Blacklisted left-wing waiters. Anyway, what were Cinderella's slippers made of? Yes.
I know this. It's a mistranslation of the French for fur. Verre. Verre, like a glass, but it's the French for fur. And they were like those slippers you shuffle around the house in. When
You're absolutely right, but what a chance you've missed, because the answer was squirrel fur.
No, no!
Oh, there you are.
Look, why in that story, why does the slipper not go back to whatever it was before the fairy godmother passed her spell? At midnight, everything goes back, her dress goes back to rags, the pumpkin reasserts itself, the mice come again. Why does that shoe remain still in its made-up state? That's the weakness in the plot there. It would never have got past me.
You're right, the word ver, V-A-I-R, is still an English word, actually. You'll find it in the OED, meaning squirrel fur, ver, and verre is a glass in French, as you know, so that's right. Do you know who was responsible for
Was it the Ugly Sisters?
Perrault, his name was Charles Perrault. Because there was Chinese in the 9th century had a Cinderella story, almost identical, with gold slippers. German version, they're silk and gold. And there's a Scottish version called Rushy Coat, and they're made of rushes.
No squirrels.
No trees in Scotland, I suppose that's why.
Loads of trees in Scotland.
Oh, are there? Oh, good.
Scots pines cover the place.
Oh,
Caledonian
yes.
forest, all
Yes.
chopped down.
Can I just tell you, I've recently been made president of the Shut Up About the Woodland Trust.
Very good. So anyway, yes, Disney's film version of Cinderella, and indeed its version of Sleeping Beauty, were based on Perrault's tales. Perrault added the fairy godmother and the pumpkin and the mice and so on. But the original stories were pretty gruesome. When the Ugly Sisters tried to slip into the slipper, they cut off their toes and their bunions to try and squeeze in, and the slippers filled with blood.
They probably got that idea from Trinny and Susanna.
And the wicked stepmother and the Ugly Sisters were punished by the king. They had to dance themselves to death wearing red-hot iron boots. Now we come to the matter of the scores. In first place, with 0 points, it's Clive Anderson.
0.
And second equal, I don't think it's happened before, on -23, it's Joe and Phil. But, ladies and gentlemen, the saddest, saddest clown is Alan with -26. Well, that leaves me to thank Phil, Clive, Joe, Alan and Jack Handy, who brings down the final curtain with this sad clown closer. You know what would make a really good story? Something about a clown who makes people happy, but inside he's real sad. And also, he has severe diarrhea. Good night.